It's Wayland time and burger time. We'll talk
burger
about
time.
that in a second. We have the character on the screen, except we don't, but we do. It's kind of confusing. All the story is going to make a lot more sense. Of course, the patch just dropped. I mean, it's 12:30 our time, a.m. It's late. The maintenance ended 4.5 hours ago, so we have not had time to go through the story yet. Jason was working, but it's time to pull for Anby, who's not Anby. Anby 2.0, Agent Zero.
The Silver Soldier Zero, Anby, the Sandby, the Zamby, whatever you want to call her.
Samby.
It's Anby. it's Anby. Her little demos and everything have been very tragic. I don't know if you've seen those, Chris.
Yes.
Watch the they're she's had a hard life. If you haven't seen those, everybody, I can encourage you to, unless you're like, I don't know, under 12, in which case one of them might technically be like age restricted.
Yeah, also, you
There's,
should be
like,
on the
blood
age
and stuff
restricted
in it.
YouTube anyways, so get out of here.
Yeah, so get out of here. Yeah, what are you doing here watching this?
Far be it for me to turn away
yeah.
views, but get the fuck out of here. I mean, whoops. So, Jason and I are both pulling. Jason's going first. This is his game up, just because mine's shinier, so I'll probably run the demo. But we're both pulling for this here, and we're both hoping to get lucky, and we both have more than enough to guarantee it.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Got a little... There she is. I think my plan, if I budgeted correctly, is like... I don't know. It's tough. In theory, I have tons. I'm in the situation for you. The real question is going to be like, how hard do I want to be able to go into trigger next patch? And like, do I want to have extras for a Vivian or Hugo after that? Or am I okay? Because at some point, the rest of Volble Squad will come out. There are other members of Volble Squad. So like, at least like 2 more. Presumably one of them will maybe be an A rank. Let's hope to God. Maybe not though. That's uncertain. So like, how much do I save? How much do I not? We're gonna have to see how this goes basically. But to do that, we have to go to signal searches here. Not much pity here, obviously. 87 to go. 387 up on the clock. I'm basically planning on, if I win the 50-50, we're going for the weapon. Depending on how early I end up getting her, I might still pull for the weapon, both because I'll get some Pulcher weapons and I'll get hers. But I don't want to go like too crazy, like maybe like 200, 240 at most for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So like if this is a like hard pity on the Wenjin and on her, then it's not happening. Even though I could make it happen. I don't want to go that hard into it. But yeah, I've been saving for Trigger, saving for Obel Squad, and I didn't know that Anby would be part of that whole ordeal, but here she is, and she's gonna work really well in my Trigger team. So we'll see how it goes, I suppose. But we can get started. Yeah, boom.
Jump in, baby. Imagine.
Imagine.
It's too early for the imagine.
I'm also... It is, yeah. But I am of also the opinion that like if I lose a 50-50 here, skip. I'd love to see a Soldier 11 or a Rena, because I have, as you can see by this annoying thing down here, I have my selectable agent. So if I can get one of those two, I can snag the one I'm missing, and I can have all the standard banners, which is, I think, a great place to be in.
The apparently revoiced Soldier 11.
Interesting.
That news came out a couple hours ago, like after the maintenance finished, and I guess it's just because she didn't want to sign a temporary, like SAG workaround contract because the strike's still ongoing, and so they replaced her. But there was some confusion because they also replaced Lycon, and he posted about being blindsided by it, but then also was like, "Oh yeah, I also wasn't doing it for that." So I can't even comment on it. It's so fresh, it's unsure what's happening. But
interesting. Yeah, he had mentioned he's like, I don't have like a concert, or there's all these rumors going around about him, and it was sort of like, okay, so then you're Pokra. Here we go.
Yeah, it's true. We also we are also happy to see her, the new 4-star.
It's true. That's true. I guess I could have let it spin for her.
That's all right.
But yeah, Yeah, it's interesting how that all works out. Because he was kind of being like, well, I mean, I can't really say why and blah, and it's sort of like, okay, so it is the strike then, probably. But if that's the case, then like, yeah, it's no wonder you're not in any of this stuff. You haven't signed the thing to get out of it.
Yeah,
So
and he was like, "Well, I hope they keep me
I get it.
silent instead of replacing me." And it's like, well, I mean, both games are sort of all over the place. Some characters stay silent, some get replaced. Who the hell knows? This game has been the most aggressive about replacing people. I don't know that I love that
Mhm.
because I think a lot of times I like a character's voice and I'm tied to it. Occasionally, it's been a glow up, but usually it's a step backwards.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I absolutely hate Genshin not having voices and
I
stuff.
know. And
So,
Honkai.
and Honkai, yeah, there are times where I'm going through these quests and they suck like 10 times worse than they already do because of that.
I'm just
And
worried about
that,
if this drags on for more months, like how much of the cast are we revoicing? You know what I mean? Like it's all fun and games until it
yeah,
hits a character's voice you really like.
yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
And this is a no-win situation. We've
So,
talked about it before. It's not to undermine the strike effort. You know, people are like, "Oh my god, the strike's so annoying." It's like, yeah, but they're fighting for something important. But it also sucks. Two things can be true.
two things can indeed be true. Uh, two things are true in this case, you know?
This is 63 to 73. We'd love to see it here.
Oh, yeah. But, you know,
Mm.
two A's, though, might be a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Might mean we were right at the cusp of there.
Now Doug's not here,
Okay.
so any number of pulls
No,
is on
he's
the
not.
table.
Oh, true. True. That's true. I think we are. Well, you make strong points here.
Yeah, you can go either route in this one, 73 to 83. So it's kind of awkward in between, sort of.
I think we'll do one more 10 pull, and then we can single from there. Ah, doesn't need to. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, those two A's, I think we're kind of linked to the S here.
That was the
I
fifth,
mean,
I think.
there's no math for
So
that.
not too bad.
Two.
That was nice. Is that page just going to go towards trigger anyways?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
well,
if I win
hopefully.
this.
Oh.
Ooh, okay.
At your service.
Say his name and
Yes, he has.
he appears. I didn't actually hear the voice, unfortunately, but
I think it was the old one, but maybe I'm crazy there.
yeah, I don't know if the replacements have happened yet. I'd be sort of surprised if they did, but it is just a new patch. I no idea. Just saw hints of it as I was getting ready to do this.
Okay, so that was
5.
80. Did I pull 80? It was 8. I think that was 80.
Yes, that was so.
Okay.
It hit on 78. You pulled up to 83, and then 5 of that spilled over.
Okay. Well, we keep going. We're here. We're here for the Anby, you know.
I mean, 78 is a
gotta
pretty
happen.
normal outcome, unfortunately. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
it usually hits earlier than that, but it's not abnormally late. Unfortunately, it wasn't a win, and it wasn't one of the two characters you wanted.
It's true. I have a M1 Nekomata as well from the standard channel now. But like, this is why I'm saving until I burn through all these pulls here before I use my selector, because it's very possible that I'm going to have to make the choice between, you know, somebody and somebody. Yo, where are the pulkers at though? Am I for right? Like,
We've seen, what, 2?
maybe 3. So many bends. I'm going to have a lot of extra wishes.
Which is good.
Yeah, can't complain. Ooh, the single. And the Sokaku. I have so many M6 characters, which is fine. That's good. No problems there. I should probably be keeping track of how many I've had to pull here.
Well, that's just it. You don't have to in this game, you know?
Oh, well, true. I guess just of my own reserve.
You had 387, pulled
So-
120.
So yeah, I should. So if I was trying to stick to my like roughly like 200. Oh, this is early.
Okay, well,
Okay.
this is early and guaranteed.
Yep.
So this is not bad. Again, you prefer to win the 50-50. You prefer to hit one or two. But as a backup for that, once that outcome was already locked in, I mean, it would be so much worse.
Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Another.
Sure.
And nope.
This one here, I think.
Captain Anby of Silver Squad.
Oh,
Does this
you
new
hear kitty
title
cats?
double
It's because
the
I've recently kind of adopted some strays. You know, some Nekomatas off the street.
So you have S3 Nekomata now.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, Amby's looking good. We got the Silver Squad icon in the background. It looks pretty legit. Okay, this is good. We skip.
Yeah. We don't need the 10th one. Well, this leaves you in a bit of an awkward position. 257. So you spent 130.
Well, my plan is to like at least put a couple into this. Then I plan for like 160, if not 200. So if I've done 130, then I got like 70 more to put into this, which should put me at least to proc.
Yeah, you would have 180 left if it hit on the absolute last one on the 50-50. And of course, you're also getting a couple of extra pulls that you haven't turned in yet from bends and stuff.
Oh, true.
So it seems like you go for it. We just hope you win the 75-25.
Okay, that's true. It is better in this game too. Okay. Oh, would have been big. Would have been big.
I didn't feel it. That's why I didn't give the imagine. I didn't think it was happening.
Okay. It's fair. I was struggling with a cat attacking my foot. Oh, okay, there's an Anby. Oh, but that's the Wenjin that we were looking for Pulchra. So, already some profit there. That's good. I don't know why we have a random Anby in there, but...
It's a sign.
Oh, what if it is a sign?
Hmm?
The double A, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's going okay.
Okay. Well, you know, I guess I'll take random characters in this if they're gonna give me the Wenjin that I want. So, am I crazy? I didn't know that you could get characters in this one.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the Wenjins.
I think
I
I
wonder
saw
if
it
that
happen the
changed
last time I
recently.
pulled for Miyabi's.
Okay.
To be fair, it happens
I
in
wonder what the
Genshin
odds
sometimes too, where it's like, I'm pulling for weapons. Oh, there's a person. I mean, you've had double A on each of these.
No. Oh my! It's always been the Pulchra one. It's just random characters in there too.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. How many more do I have here? I think I have. Oh gosh, a couple more. Oh, I've got cats attacking all my cables and my feet.
Oh no, we lost the streak.
Oh, you see, if I pulled another character in there, I would have had the. Okay, well, I think we pull until I have like what, one more temple to go, and then we'll. Scoop.
Does soft pity start at 65 in this, much like 75 out of 90?
I think so. Yes.
Okay, so this is 53 to 63.
Okay, so we're not quite there. Okay, so looks like they're gonna hard pity me a little bit.
So you're in the exact same spot you were on the other pull, too short of soft pity.
Oh, I was gonna say that's Ben's, and that's new. Oddly enough, I've never gotten Ben's Wenjin. I mean, who cares? It's Ben, but that's interesting.
Mhm.
Okay. Then I'm single pulling here. I'm
Yeah,
like
pulled 190 so far
Yeah.
total.
skip. You ain't what I'm looking for, buddy.
This is 65. This takes us to the threshold.
There we go.
And
Right on the money.
the switch worked well. Now,
We'll see what we get. Oh, beautiful. Okay.
I had to remember what it looked like for a second. I'm like, what am I looking for here?
We are looking for this.
But yeah,
Okay.
it has like her
This is
logo and the
not-
Thunderbolts. It's pretty obvious, but for a half second, I was like, I don't even remember what the hell this thing looks like.
So what am I looking at here if I want to turn all these in? Ooh, okay. That's good. I'm kind of just holding on to them for the time being on the off chance I get incredibly lucky.
Yeah, I am too. Now, granted, mine's not nearly that many. I think I have like 25-ish in it, but still, I've been doing the same thing where it's like I could pull one of these Wenjins if I really wanted to fill in a gap, or
Yeah.
if I'm in a pinch, I can just turn them into whatever.
Yep, that's, I'm not at the point where I need to do this yet, so I am not. But it's good to know.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Okay.
pretty good.
Well,
Not the best, but not bad. Slightly above average, I think I'd
Okay.
say, but
Eradicate all evil.
where is she here?
yeah, so we can at least look at it real quick.
Nope, that's the wrong Anby. Okay.
Yeah. No, not that one.
Equipment. Put it on. Enhance, no equip. Go on. Okay. I don't know that we need to see me level up, but I'm like pretty. I did do some farming here. I don't know if it's gonna be like flawless here, but I think it was.
Looks good.
No. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at all these extra. This is what we need. Skills. I have a lot of stuff, but I'll have to fill them all out.
Yeah.
And I haven't. This just came out. This patch.
It
just
did.
dropped.
I dropped my
yeah.
housekeeping freebies into it, so I have a few pieces. I haven't even looked at them yet, but I
Mm.
have some sitting around now because of
Yeah.
that today.
That is a good plan. What are you at now, buddy? Not okay. Well, I can display you properly. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Until you get the fourth one, you ruin it.
And was there anybody else?
I think anybody else you got was maxed.
I think you're correct. Oh,
Well, okay.
oh my gosh. Yeah, we only got two.
It
of
was
them.
two. That's all I
Okay.
had seen.
Oh man. Okay. The M6 is the big one for her. Now obviously this will get easier as time goes on, and she pops up in other banners. But this turns her into somebody that can basically buff any team, instead of just one that does boosts damage for additional attacks, which is useful. But I guess we will we'll have to see.
Number 0.
I suppose with that, oh, that's true. Instantly claim the rewards because I cheated and I'm already friends with Anby.
Hmm.
Okay, I appreciate that. That's good.
Sure.
Why are you yelling at me? Oh, it's because Polkra
You have a new
exists
person.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
you can get her to
Okay.
trust you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pulling mine up,
That's
by the way. My screen's up now.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta share it with Jason. That's happening in the background. Y'all can't see it, but he will.
Okay, I can now see yours.
And here we are with
Or my.
Best Girl. What's been happening here is
This is the path.
a team of 3 of them wrecks whatever I put it into. So, when it's coming to like, the new deadly area where things are hard, they get 3 stars and they beat the shit out of everybody,
Mhm.
and everyone else struggles massively. The Jane team at least
Yeah.
can
Which alias should I
get
use
1
this
or
on?
2 stars usually, and the Cunning Hair team struggles to get 1. It just, and that's not, I haven't put a ton of work into it, to be clear, but like they're having a really hard time. And for those who don't know, and we'll show her off in the training once we pull, this is another character kind of like Miyabi, where it's like very heavy on-field time, can carry a team kind of by herself.
Mm-hmm. Now she's going to work best with people like Polkra, who's on the banner here,
Mm-hmm.
that can do additional attacks. So it triggers a strong choice.
And also Astra
at that point
Yao
as well.
So if I feel like I don't need Astra
Yes.
on my Miyabi team because I can put a third with her and Yanagi and be okay, that might be a route here too. We'll see.
Yeah, Astra doesn't have the additional attacks tag, but just the fact that Astra has 0 field time still synergizes with Anby. Realistically, anybody that doesn't want to be on field or can be off the field quickly will work well with Anby, who wants to be on the field all the time. I have like a different problem where the only character I've had so far with a Wenjin has been Bernice. So if I put Bernice on a team, usually my Jane team or a Miyabi team, when I'm doing the Deadly Assault, that team can get 2, maybe 3 stars. I have a kitty up here. Or
Heard it.
he might hear him purring too. Or I basically I 2-star 3 of them. That's what I strive for. The number of times that I can 3-star something is only if it perfectly aligns with like my Jane Bernice or Miyabi Bernice team to like shred stuff. Otherwise, I'm just sort of like I'm happy that I get 2, and then I just struggle to get 2 on the 3 of them, and then I call it good. But like I have a fully built Anby. I have like a fully built Haramasa specifically because they were like, oh yeah, electric weak, and I'm like, fuck you. What do I have to do? That's wow. Okay. Big.
We'll talk
Big
about,
if true.
talk about this in a second. I was just using this to fill time.
Yeah. Okay. What are we getting
So
here?
we'd love to
What are
see
we getting
Soldier
here?
11.
Yeah,
Well.
that would also be huge. Oh, I know. You disagree as well. Weeping Cradle, huh?
What even is
You
that?
have Rena though, which is that's for her.
I see. Well,
Oh.
that's not bad then.
That will benefit because you used your Rena in your
He's on my Jane team.
Grace. Yeah, your Grace Jane team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's at least a little bit of a buff. Obviously, I would prefer characters, and especially Soldier 11, but I'm also not torn. As soon as I get to that 300, which I'm now, with the 5 I have, 38 away from, that's going to happen. I don't know a scenario where I wouldn't, and even if I have her by then, I think I would just S1 her then. So that's essentially
Yeah,
that.
my problem is like Rena is the only other one. I want the Soldier 11 just to have the Obel squad. The problem is that Rena is like the most meta pick currently of the standard banner characters. So like I don't want a scenario where I select Soldier 11 and then get like another Soldier 11 or something like that'd be like, oh, I should have just I just waited. So since I've been sitting on this horde, I'm just gonna wait until I blow through the horde and then I'll go from there.
And it is a bummer that Bernice is here because I think she's the character I don't have that I want the most. I like Zhu Yuan too, but I think Bernice is who I would like, but I don't really have the resources for her. Even if this goes well, it would probably pivot to Wenjin. So I think she's just going to fall by the wayside here, but oh well.
Yeah, that's how Lighter's going to be when he gets his rerun here soon, I'm sure. Wow.
Look,
okay. Well, let's you know.
What was
that
Miyabi? Was
luck is
Miyabi like
still-
4-7?
It was low. Is this 3?
This is 3. There was no pity.
That's
So maybe I take
mean,
back
well, you
everything
got
I
her
just
now.
said, but let's see. Here's our moment of truth.
well, it's got to be though, doesn't it? You got Wenjin earlier, a second ago, yeah. Oh
No,
no,
that
that
was
was the other
standard
banner. Oh, okay.
But it still is good. So never complaining about a situation like this because now whatever we hit this, it's guaranteed.
Yep.
We're not pouring 180 into this, which means we very well may pivot to Wenjin, but let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I did want Nekomata. I don't know when or how I'm going to use her because she's just not very good, but she's fun.
So yeah, the new one of the I don't want to say meta. That would be overselling this exponentially. But if you can manage to get Pulchra to M6 at some point, and even then it's not the worst from what I've seen. It's passable. Let's put it this way: it can clear content. Pulchra at M6 can make Nekomata function essentially because there's enough stuns going off and it's all physical that it pairs well with Nekomata essentially because Nekomata needs field time, but she also wants stuns to happen, and you can do that with Pulchra finally now.
Well, it's a good
Presumably,
thing, good thing I pulled 2 of her
with
then. Huh?
Trigger. Yeah, you only need 5 more. Instead, you got a Ben bigger.
Well, Ben just keeps showing up whether we want him to or not. And that's nothing against Ben. Ben's cool, but
Yeah.
AAA again.
Okay.
Well,
Ooh, you might get the M6.
we're speed running.
At the very least, you're going to be able to do the little name card of her. You know what I mean?
That's right. The true final boss of this game.
Exactly.
Ah, Ben. Well, I mean,
Hey, look, Ben's Ben.
the non-Ben
point, you're
pulls have
gonna-
been quite good, so maybe it's a harbinger. Like here's a sign of things to come.
Okay, I believe. I believe in 3 Pulchras.
2.
It'll be 2 Pulchras.
Oh.
Okay. You got the rabbit butt.
Well,
And a Ben. It makes sense. You got a Ben in this one, so
right.
yeah.
He keeps showing up. Double A. Ben. I mean, I have a 3 S rank, so I'm never going to be super upset with any of this, but it is kind of funny where it's like, Ben, I mean, what are you doing? Get out of here, bro.
You know, as much as he works for a construction company that also demolishes things, I wish he was less a harbinger of destruction here. Okay, here we go. Oh boy.
There are 3 A's. It would be
Okay.
so
There are
unlikely,
3
but
A's.
we'll go one by one, even though we know. Because we need to see how many of these are Pulchras.
Yes. How many of them are characters? Boom. Okay.
Now we also get to see the
You see the
animation, so we'll let that rock for a second.
Oh, true. Okay. Okay.
Fellini. It's Italian, but it's like feline, so you end up. Ain't no.
Okay.
That's no Pulchra.
That ain't no Pulchra.
Now our main event is coming.
Loyalty.
Yep. Boom. Beautiful.
Burgers. And
Burger
cola.
time. Her little hairpin.
Borgor.
It's got a burger on it. Uh-huh.
We saw this a
her
moment ago, so we
VIP.
won't let it loop too much. But yeah, just hey. Well, I mean,
Lordy.
somewhere along the line, this has to be extra pulls.
It is. There it is. There
yeah,
you go. You finally
okay.
got one.
So I had a
Yeah.
couple of him. Okay, 236 is a little weird, but you know, I think I'm still going for this because she's going to be the lead of a team for a while.
Yeah, and as much as I've looked, my problem is between like Zhu Yan and even like Haramasa, basically, like at some point, attack Wenjins are just good, and like hers in particular is like super like built for her. It's 100% crit damage, like it's a lot, which is great. Because she needs crit damage. I know you're probably thinking, doesn't every attack? Yes, but in her case, she scales within a certain way.
Right.
Wow, they really want your Ben to be bigger.
I guess so. I have bad news for them. I mean, no matter what, I come into this with 7 pity. It's on a tighter timer, and I'm going to have enough, plus whatever I can build between now and trigger, where it's not like that, or not trigger. Where it's like, it's not a concern, you know?
Yeah. So the real question is, are you thinking of pulling trigger then when she shows up?
I think so.
Okay. That would be the smart option.
That's the plan I think I'm
just
going with, which is
given-
why I'm going to, if I lose this, I think I'm just going to have to hold the L. I could try and grind some stuff out and then come back to it, potentially, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's tough. The reality is, I think there's you should be able to get close to another pull from the patch itself. Now, I don't know if that'll be but at least by the end of the patch for trigger. So in theory, you've got the full patch to do it.
It's like we're switching to single pulls.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
We are into soft pity. I was hoping to hit it there. Because this is 67 out of
Yeah.
80.
Well, we hope for it here then.
Yeah, because there's no reason to 10 pull this whatsoever, so...
No. Yeah. Ooh. Well, we hope that the weight it's a little edging, you know what I mean? Like, but we'll get there.
That's right. And we don't care about the length of this as long as it hits. We're going to find out.
Okay.
I like the dinosaur.
I do too. He just flips. He's just two-dimensional.
Yeah.
One-dimensional. Yeah, two-dimensional. You know, he's just living his life though.
Like, the fruit roll-up doesn't do as much for me.
Yo, is it fruit roll up, or is it like a bacon
It
strip?
could be either one. I like to think of it as fruit roll up, but you're absolutely right. It could be that too. All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right,
Ooh, beautiful.
good enough. I mean, they can't all be ridiculous, but still not bad.
True.
Slightly better than Jason's outcome, but I also had an easier time hitting what I was hoping for, so... Now, as you can see, leaves me with 174, and there's one pity, and obviously there will be more wishes coming before anything else releases, so that part is fine. But I think just this alone is going to be enough to help me get to the next level, and then pairing her with Trigger, I think, will be the final step to having a third team. And to be honest, it's going to push Jane's team into the third spot. When Jane reruns, I'm going to have to give us some serious thought to her Wenjin to beef her up a bit. But we'll have to see what kind of shape I'm in by then, so who the hell knows.
I have managed to survive with mine because I do the battle pass here, and so I have been using the kissy face Wenjin. It's like max now on her, so that is how my Jane has been able to survive. But yeah, like I said, but I don't have the busticated Miyabi like you do. That I'm sure carries you a great deal.
Oh yeah.
You know, yeah.
Also, her playstyle is perfect for me, so like, she's really good.
Yeah.
To be clear, it's not like I'm so good. Like, she's strong as fuck, but also like she fits me like a glove.
Did you call me? Meow.
No, I did not call you.
She's just good. Like she's the kind of good where like mine with like not a phenomenal engine. I actually don't even know which engine I'm running on my Miyabi. I might have given her the kissy face one and gave Jane something else. But either way, they're like Miyabi carries. Miyabi carries, and she's not. I don't have her Wenjin like you do. I can only imagine the amount of damage that yours is doing at any given time.
That's why I think I might be able to just separate Astra Yao from her, because it definitely makes her even better. To be clear, there's good synergy between all three of those characters, but like I don't know if I need it.
Yeah, it's basically my, again, no weapon Miyabi, with like, I usually pair her with like a Lucy. I'll toss her with Lucy. Sometimes it's with Nicole. Sometimes I've even done a couple Sakaku ones when I just run out of supports to pair with her. And then I usually try, and then I gotta squeeze in. I have like the Lucy Piper Miyabi team. In that I shred things with that still, because Piper and Lucy, raining boars does a lot of work, and then Miyabi just cleans up the rest. So it's Miyabi is just phenomenal. And like I guess we don't need to convince anybody of that. If you play the game, you'll understand why. But yeah, you're still rocking the basic cunning hairs. I've been able to like move away from that, which is why I'm just sort of double starring 3 of them. But yeah, I think this is the right choice for you. Like you get Anby built up here, you're gonna have a stronger third team, at least a reliable one. So you should be able to sort of split your characters up enough to, you get your 3-star or you get a 2-star, and you can get 2 stars and everything else pretty easy. People that weren't reading, basically Anby attacks, it fills up the little star. And when you get 3 marks of the star, you tap her special. You tap it 3 times, and she goes zip zip zip, and then it'll do a giant lightning bolt from the top. If you hold it down, it should automatically give you a full charge, and then you can just hit tap it. So you're gonna like hold, and you're gonna go tap tap tap, and then it should just shred the guy. Yeah, I assume is what it's trying to explain to you right now.
Look at all those numbers.
Many numbers.
We got all this aftershock stuff, which obviously is one of her main things, and electric stuff, stunning, surprisingly electric and stun given regular Anby.
Yeah, and so there was this sort of thing like with regular Anby. We kind of did attack, 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 and then you held to do like the big one. So there's sort of a rule of 3 that you were kind of doing. And I like they've at least kept some of that here, where it's like you build up to 3, so then you do, strike through, strike through, strike through, and then the lightning bolt comes down. So you can see some of the elements of her kit still coming through. The cat is playing with one of those little rolly balls that I bought it. I'm sure everyone can hear the cat having a good time.
And of course,
One of those balls. Oh yeah, ultimate will fully charge your thing. There.
bro, where are you going?
Yeah, where is he's dead. Another fun thing about Pokra, which they haven't explained, is she kind of plays like Seth in a way. So you watch this guy try to attack you and then tag her in, basically. So like he'll attack you, do a defensive assist, but it's a dodge assist. So and then she'll attack, but then she triggers the swap back the other direction like Seth does. So basically you wait for an enemy to go to attack you, then you do a dodge assist with Pokra, she fires, you go back to your main DPS, and then that puts Pokra in the mode that will have her doing the additional attacks on the field where it just goes fire and she pops up and shoots stuff. So you basically Pokra's just there to exist, to come out, dodge, shoot a guy, kick it back to your main person, and then you stay off of her, do whatever you want with Anby, and Pokra will just keep doing damage. And it'll be more damage because Anby boosts the additional attacks. It's a lot of good synergy with Pokra. It's unclear, I think, if Trigger will replace Pokra, or like maybe you just run Pokra and Trigger in the same team, but you give like a buffing set to Pokra, the Astra Yao set, basically. That is something I've seen some people say. I mean, I'm sure people are going to be like, well, you just put Astra Yao on that team. If you put Astra Yao on any team, it's going to do more damage. That's just how she works.
Yep.
But you only have one Astra Yao, and there's 3 deadly assaults. So that's not something that you can rely on.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I do have a decent amount of her
yeah.
set because I was farming it for a little while. I was putting some of the free things into it for a while, so I can probably dig around there and find a second version of that if that's the path I want to go on. We'll see. I mean, the next big step, of course, is Trigger and how that all fits, and then trying to figure out what is the best approach for my 3 teams. But at least now I have another strong carry, and that will help me at least. Even this on its own is probably enough to get 1 star with no other real good support behind her. So that'd be nice because I haven't been able to get to 6 with my teams just because the Cutting Hairs were trying their damnedest. But yeah.
Oh man, that's tough to hear that you haven't been able to even get 6. Granted, it's been a struggle for me. I remember the one week where I had to just level up Haramasa. I was like, oh god, and I just had to spend all of my energy to level him up. And I'm like, how do I play this guy? What rotation do I need? And I've had other weeks where they put this. I think I had to use the Haramasa team, and it had to be against 1 robot. And the robot, you only got points if you basically defensive assisted a certain number of times. So it just turns into, I had to learn his rotation and hope to God he would use certain attacks in a certain order, because Haramasa, as much as he kind of does burst damage, when it's like a boss fight where I have to defensive assist and let the guy just play out his attack animations, it's like, oh god, it was painful. Suffice to say, I've had to work for some of my 6 stars really hard.
And I wasn't going to do that.
So,
I just don't care.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Like there was times where I would try it because I was like, okay, well, we have a tight matchup, so maybe they can eke one out. Or like you said, the certain criteria for bonus points, like the defensive assist, maybe that's one that fits, so I'll give it a shot. And there were times where it's like, oh, I'm getting like 4 shot and killed. Oh, well.
Oof, yeah.
Now, again, they're not built as strong as they could be. If I really focused on them, they could probably hold their own enough to get at least 1 star regularly. But why would I invest in them when they're going to get kicked to the side here soon anyways?
I mean, yeah. I mean, at some point, we're going to have the 5-star Cutting Hairs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, looking that way. It seems like Billy's on the horizon. So, well, neither one of us did phenomenal, but we both did above average to good.
Correct. And we got the outcome that we were hoping for.
Yes.
So it's hard to complain.
We didn't lose the 75-25. We both got our character. Yours obviously didn't. I mean, you got yours early in the second set, which was good. I missed my 50-50 early, very, very early, to be clear, so I'm grateful. So we didn't rip it first, but considering we both did okay, and now we just basically play the waiting game for another 3 weeks until Trigger.
Yep. And then we're going to see how heavy you go into that. I think I've even said before that I might throw some money at Trigger just because I want them to put more characters that aren't giantly busted in this game, and money is about the only thing that talks. So I might be going pretty heavy into the Trigger thing. We'll have to see.
Mm-hmm. And I'll be going hard enough to get her, but not super hard, because I actually cared more about new Anby than Trigger, but I think both are going to be interesting, and obviously they have synergy. So we will both be back pulling on that set, and it may be 3 weeks from today. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You got any last words for the nice people?
You know, enjoy life, adopt a cat, something like that.
There you go. Anby likes cats.
Oh, and burgers. Eat a burger, save a cat.
That's right. See you next time.
You can even maybe, yeah, you can hear this one purr.
Do it.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I picked it up. Also, since the
There you
cat
go.
now purred on stream, like and subscribe. Okay, bye.
Yeah.